Ambassador Kethavar of the Galactic Council had never seen Admiral Sarah Chen look so calm. The human sat across from him in the sterile conference room of Station Alpha 7, her weathered hands folded neatly on the polished metal table. Behind her, through the massive viewport, the swirling colors of hyperspace painted everything in ethereal blues and purples. The Devourers have consumed 17 systems in the past month. Kethavar's tentacles writhed with barely contained anxiety. The Council's combined fleets can't even slow them down. We need humanity's help, but your species has been absent from galactic affairs for nearly 2 decades. Admiral Chen nodded slowly. We've been busy. Busy? Kethavar's voice cracked through his translator. While civilizations burned, humanity retreated to your little corner of space and ignored our calls for aid. The Admiral's expression didn't change. She tapped her communicator. Control, this is Chen. Execute Operation Daybreak. The hyperspace tunnel around them suddenly collapsed, revealing normal space. Kethavar gasped, his 3 hearts nearly stopping as he took in the sight before them. Where once there had been empty void, now hung a structure so massive it defied comprehension. It wasn't a space station or a fleet of ships. It was an entire planet, bristling with weapons arrays that stretched across continents. Massive engines, each the size of moons, glowed with controlled fusion fire along its artificial equator. This is the UES Prometheus, Admiral Chen said matter-of-factly. She's one of 12. Kethavar's translator struggled with the involuntary sounds of shock escaping his breathing apparatus. 12? You built 12 planet-sized warships? Planetoids, technically. We hollowed out dead worlds and retrofitted them. Chen stood and walked to the viewport. When the galaxy ignored our warnings about the Devourer threat 15 years ago, we decided to take matters into our own hands. Through the reinforced transparent aluminum, Kethavar watched smaller vessels, themselves, massive by galactic standards, emerge from hidden bays along the Prometheus's surface. They moved with the precision of a disturbed hive, taking defensive positions around their colossal mothership. The Council dismissed human military doctrine as unnecessarily aggressive, Chen continued. They said our tendency toward overkill was a liability in civilized space. She turned back to the stunned alien diplomat. Perhaps they were right, but the Devourers aren't civilized. Kethavar's mind reeled as he tried to process the implications. The resources alone, the engineering challenges. How did you manage this without anyone noticing? Humans are very good at working in secret when necessary, Chen replied. We used automated mining operations in the Outer Rim, established dummy corporations through shell agreements with minor species, and conducted all major construction in deep space between stars. The galaxy was so focused on its trade disputes and territorial squabbles that no one bothered to look. A new voice crackled through the comm system. Admiral, this is Commander Harrison aboard the UES Atlas. We have visual confirmation of the Devourer swarm. They're approximately 47 million strong, heading directly for the Centauri colonies. Copy that, Commander. Signal the fleet, all. Planetoids are to converge on coordinate 77 Alpha. Kethavar watched in awe as space around them began to shimmer and warp. One by one, 11 more massive shapes materialized from hyperspace jumps, each one a weaponized world bristling with enough firepower to glass entire star systems. The combined gravitational forces of the 12 artificial planets created visible distortions in local spacetime. This is impossible, Kethavar whispered. No species has ever built anything on this scale. Admiral Chen smiled for the first time since their meeting began. No other species needed to. You see, Ambassador, while the rest of the galaxy developed elegant solutions to their problems, humanity learned to build bigger hammers. When faced with the choice between subtle diplomatic maneuvering and overwhelming firepower, we chose firepower. The tactical display lit up with thousands of red dots representing the approaching Devourer swarm. The alien bioships were massive in their own right, each one capable of stripping the life from entire worlds. They moved with predatory grace, through space, confident in their apparent numerical superiority. All planetoids report ready for engagement, came another voice through the comm. Fire, Admiral Chen commanded. The space around the 12 human planetoids erupted in a symphony of destruction. Massive rail cannons, each barrel stretching for hundreds of kilometers, launched projectiles at significant fractions of light speed. Plasma batteries the size of mountain ranges painted space in brilliant white fire. Missile tubes that could have housed entire cities vomited forth clouds of intelligent warheads. The Devourer swarm, so confident in their overwhelming numbers, found themselves facing something they had never encountered in their millennia of conquest. An opponent who had built weapons specifically designed to kill millions of enemies simultaneously. Within minutes, the red dots on the tactical display began winking out by the thousands. The surviving bioships, their hive mind finally grasping the impossibility of their situation, attempted to retreat. They found their escape routes blocked by additional human planetoids emerging from hyperspace. Backup units that had been waiting in reserve. Complete elimination of hostile forces in 17 minutes 43 seconds, reported Commander Harrison. No human casualties. All planetoids report minimal ammunition expenditure. Kethvar stared at the tactical display in stunned silence. 47 million Devourer bioships, the same force that had consumed 17 civilized worlds, had been obliterated in less than 18 minutes. While the galaxy argued about proper engagement protocols and collateral damage limitations, Admiral Chen said quietly, humanity spent 20 years building the tools necessary to end this threat permanently. She looked directly at the shaken ambassador. We didn't retreat from galactic civilization, Kethvar. We were protecting it. The Admiral walked back to her chair and sat down. Now, shall we discuss the terms of humanity's reintegration into the Galactic Council? I believe our credentials speak for themselves. Outside the viewport, the 12 human planetoids hung in space like artificial gods, their weapons already cooling, as automated systems began the process of analyzing combat data and preparing for the next threat. In the distance, cleanup crews were already moving to collect Devourer biomass for study. Humanity had indeed been busy while the galaxy slept. And now, nothing in the universe would ever be the same.